Right, we're going to make lemon drizzle cake. Very, very simple. It's not just a question of bunging it all in. There is an order to put the ingredients in. So I'm going to go through it with you. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 175 grams of caster sugar into a bowl. Okay, and to that we're then going to add, I've got my list here, we've got 125 grams of butter. Now you can use margarine. I'm just using butter because that's what we had. Now this is quite warm, this butter, and you don't want it to be rock hard and cold, because as you'll see when I mix it up, there'll be a slight kind of explosion of sugar and butter. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix those together, and what we want to try and do is get the butter and the sugar to all join together. But before we do that, we also need to grate some lemons. Now we're going to get the zest. We have a cat as well. Who seems to want to be in every video. So what we're going to do, we're going to grate our lemon. Be really careful with this because you don't want to grate your fingers. Hello. He seems to be taking quite a lot of interest in these cooking videos. So we're going to grate our lemon because this is going to go inside the cake. Okay, I've also got one cooking in the oven, so it's kind of like all systems go. And as you can see from the kitchen, there is complete chaos everywhere, which is good stuff. So we grate our lemon, being really careful not to grate your fingers. Okay, I'm going to grate the zest of 2 lemons in here. Okay, this shouldn't take very long to do. And when you do this, you can really smell all the kind of the juice underneath the skin coming to the surface. So, and it's quite nice when you put this in the cake because it's really quite a strong lemony flavour. There we go. Okay, so scrape all that off. Okay, so that's going to go in, but not yet. Okay, so what we need to do is we're then going to combine our sugar and our butter. I'm going to use a hand whisk. I hope this won't do it. This is quite messy, as you can see, but you've just got to go with it. And what we want is all our butter to start combining with our sugar. Now you can use, so we've got a mixture over there, a little Kenwood mixer. You can use a Kenwood mixer as well, which is a bit less messy. Okay, so when we've got our butter and our sugar start to combine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some eggs in there. We're going to put 2 eggs in. And this is going to start to bind it together and make it sort of stick together a bit easier. So we put two quite large eggs into our mix. Okay, I'm just going to chuck those away. Okay, then we carry on mixing the 2 together. This is like a scene from the kind of Muppets where everything goes completely crazy. So we then put our zest of our lemon in. So that goes into the mix. There we go, get all that into it. And then we give that a little whiz. Perfect. It's going on the floor. Then we're going to add 175 grams of self-raising flour. So we're using the same amount of flour as the amount of sugar. And then we mix that one up. And what we want is all of the flour to be folded into the mixture. Okay, now this is what it starts to look like. Okay, so we're going to keep doing that just for a few more seconds to get all the flour in. Okay, cool. And then we're going to add 50 millilitres of milk. So just a tiny amount of milk. And this is cold milk, so the cold milk goes in. And then we're going to give that another whiz. because I chopped up the butter into little tiny chunks, what it's done is it's all gone, you know, it's totally combined with the mixture. I just need a little spatula. And all we're going to do is just scrape it off the sides, get it into the mixture. And I'm going to give it another whiz. Okay. Okay, and that's what it looks like after all the mixing. Okay, now this one here, this was from Lidl, but you can pick these up in Wilko. I think this was only about 10 quid in Lidl as well. It's a really, really useful bit of kitchen equipment, which you can, if you're making cakes, it makes making cakes, you know, really easy. Just going to get the final mix. Just done. Okay, so that is our mixture made. Okay, it's very, very simple. It's really easy to make a cake. Okay, and what we're going to do then is we're going to put it into a tin to make the lemon drizzle cake. And this is like a little loaf tin. And all I've done is with a bit of butter, I've smeared some butter inside. Now, if you haven't got butter, you can use margarine, just so it doesn't stick to the sides. Okay, if you haven't got margarine or butter to do that, you can just put a tiny bit of oil in. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're going to scoop the mixture into that cake tin. You can see it's all mixed in. It does smell really lemony, which is really good. You can see the bits of lemon in there as well. So scoop it all around the sides. Get it in there. Now if you lose your track when you're doing this, when you're following the instructions, and you put in the flour in the wrong order, it doesn't matter. It just needs to all combine together. It doesn't matter, you just slop it all in. That's the good thing about making cakes. And then we push it in, so it's in our cake tin, make it all nice and level. Really, really simple mixture. Now I always thought there was kind of a big mystery to making lemon drizzle cake. I thought it was a really difficult thing to do, but it's actually really, really straightforward. So we plop that in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put that in the oven. Now it takes about an hour and 45 minutes to cook. Okay, now I've got one which is cooking at the moment, which is ready to come out, because we need to go into stage 2. So I'll take this one out of the oven, see if it's ready. This is perfect timing. Okay, so I'm going to put that one on there. I'm going to put this one back in. Okay, now what you want to do is with a skewer, this is a little metal skewer. If you haven't got a little skewer, you could put a little chopstick in, or a little wooden stick, a little cocktail stick. You want to poke it into your cake mixture, and if it comes out into your cake, and if it comes out with, and there's no mixture on it, you know that it's cooked. If there's a little bit of raw mixture on there, you just put it back in the oven and give it about another 5 minutes to cook. Okay, so that's our lemon drizzle cake, but we've got to put the lemon drizzle on. Okay, so the 2 onions that we've shaved, what we're going to do is we're going to chop them in half. This is where we're going to use our big guns, and all we're going to do is we're going to squeeze our lemons. I'm going to do them into my bowl that had, I'll move that without burning my hands. So I'm going to squeeze them into this bowl. And we want to get all the juice out of these two lemons, but we don't want any pips. Okay, so we're going to squeeze them into here. Now there is a technique for not getting a pip in a lemon, which one of my daughters showed me, which involved rolling the lemons around. I think she might have been taking the mickey, but I haven't found a pip yet. So squeeze them into this bowl. Haven't you? Wow. You're not coming up here. So squeeze the lemon juice into here. Right. I don't think my little cat is going to like lemon drizzle cake. Okay, and then to those 2 lemons, what we're going to do is we're going to add 100 grams of icing sugar. Okay, so this spoon is about 100 grams. So we're going to add 100 grams of icing sugar. Okay, and we're going to pour it into the lemon juice. Okay, now this is the bit which is really, really brilliant. And what you're going to do is you're going to mix the icing sugar into that lemon juice, and this is going to make the drizzle. Now you've got to keep stirring it, because what you want is all of that sugar to dissolve into the lemon juice. If you've got any cuts on your hands, be really careful because this will make your hands really sting if you've got any cuts on your hand, of which I have a little tiny cut, and it is being a bit cheeky. So you mix it all in, so it makes this really delicious syrup. Okay, and then what you're going to do when the cake has come out of the oven is you're going to prod and put little holes in the cake. Now you have to do this when sort of within a few minutes of the cake coming out of the oven. Okay, so it needs to be done when it's quite warm, and you just poke it, give it loads of little holes. So it seems a real shame to do because you just cooked this beautiful cake. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pour your lemon drizzle juice all over your cake, and it's going to soak in through all those little holes. This is really the delicious bit. And it will soak right the way through your cake, even though you've got the lemon rind in there as well. This will soak all the way through, and then the whole cake, from the outside to the middle, will taste of delicious lemon. Okay, and then what you need to do, you need to leave that to cool. That's still really hot, so you need to leave that to cool, and then that will be ready in about an hour and a half. So, and when you cut through it, you'll have delicious lemon drizzle right the way through your cake. So very, very simple recipe, very quick to do. Chuck it in the oven. As soon as it comes out of the oven, skewer it, see if it's cooked, make loads of little holes, and then put your lemon syrup juice on the top. That's lemon drizzle cake. Enjoy making it, and hopefully you've made it with the omelette as well. And then next week we'll have 2 more recipes. And do send in your pictures and your emails, and hopefully you're following along and enjoying these cooking videos. Thank you.